is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Muchachos has been serving Lincoln delicious pork, brisket, and chicken tacos for several years now, as well as Hatch Mac, nachos, and more. Muchachos also brings you close to the taste buds of your favorite local college athletes with NIL deals like the B3 burrito for Bella Bacon of Nebraska softball and many more. See a variety of different NIL options at Muchachos at 11th and K or order online at yomuchacho.com. Open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Chancellor Brewington.
All right, welcome in. What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington, the former Husker tight end. Joining me as always via stream. You guys can join in 402-464-5685. That is the Starter Heyman text line, as well as put a face to the voice using any of the streams. Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo, Channel 961. All great ways to do so here on a Thursday night. With that being said, let's go ahead and bring him in. Chancellor Brewington, how's it going on? It's a little bit stormy here in Nebraska.
It's stormy right now?
I think Omaha got hit pretty bad. You guys can tell me if you're on the text line. Large hail. I don't think any tornadoes, but there's a possibility for it.
Okay. Well, I'm doing great, man. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed to be on the show. I'm happy to be able to chop it up with you. And I hope everyone listening is having a blessed time and staying safe. It sounds like there's a storm, so stay and stay.
Yeah, let's hope so. I mean, it wasn't. You remember last year at Omaha? They
oh my gosh,
had luck up there. So hopefully, I think I would have seen it on next by now. I think everyone's all right. Worst case scenario, hopefully people's cars are all right. I don't know if they got large hail or not. But I think I would have seen a tornado notification by now. But that being said, not here to talk about the weather. As always, Brewington, there's been a lot of stuff going on. We're getting closer. We got some jerseys retired from Colorado. Maybe we talked about that already. We got the play-in games firing up. We got Matt Rule doing some cool things with the Husker games.
Yeah.
Giving guys another opportunity. Where do you want to start?
Yeah, and we got to talk about the Nico move going to UCLA.
Oh yeah, Nico Iamaleava. It's not officially he's going to UCLA yet.
Right.
That seems to be the favorite. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I guess the only reason I kind of am like really alluding to that because I'm seeing a bunch of like some younger guys that I play ball with posting him and they go to UCLA. So I'm like, oh, something's going on there, right? So a little insider trading, but
he's originally a California kid too. I think he's an LA kid, so
yeah,
that helps.
It makes sense. That's the home stomping grounds. But I guess let's just start there. Harrison. So you're making first of all, if you watched the Tennessee last year, they midway through the year they had like a 6-game stretch where they completed like 4 deep balls. Like it was known throughout the nation that it was Nico was struggling with the deep ball. He couldn't connect with his receivers. Receivers were getting open, kind of like similar to the situation with Raiola and Nair and
just overthrowing his guys.
Yeah, at one point in the year, but it was like it was repetitive. So it was
Mm-hmm.
happening game after game after game. Finally got it figured out. I believe it was against Bama. They go and win, and it's like this whole celebration. And then their season kind of picks up, right? But last year he was making $2 million. Okay, so I want the people to understand this, right? For reference. So what he wanted this year, right? And so I guess the reason why I gave context for how he was playing was it wasn't like he was having, a Will Howard year or some, Dylan Gabriel year last year.
Even a
It was
Sam
just,
Levitt year. He was
yeah,
not worth
it
it
was
at
just,
all.
it was just like, yeah, like potential. He's still a potential guy. Like he's still like what's gonna be in the future, right? And so he wanted $4 million. And so the estimation that they have him on, this is
On 3.
yeah, on 3, and it's what I'm trying to say. It's not in the books yet, so it's not confirmed. So this is allegedly 1.75. So he's taking a $250,000 pay cut because, and we don't know the full story. It's probably going to come out here soon, but it's just frustrating, man. I think this is like a good him kind of being not the fall guy, but kind of the guinea pig in this situation. Because
So we got 2 Nico guinea pigs, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
It's been a bad month for the Nikos.
Yeah.
Seriously,
What's
Nico
the
Harrison
other
is-
one?
Nico Harrison, Mavericks, right?
Oh yeah.
The
Oh,
GM.
yeah.
He's been in
My
the, and
goodness.
he's supposedly a scapegoat for it. I don't know.
Hey,
Maybe
I believe it was him. I think it was Nico Harrison. He doubled down last week and said he loves the trade and he wouldn't have done anything different.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Maybe he is that guy. Wait, I will say just real quick on it, Adam. It's a bad trade when the freaking commissioner of the NBA has to come out and say, "I had no part of this." That's how bad your trade was. The commissioner has to say, "I did not tell him to do this."
That's like
it's not me.
That's like your friends get in trouble in grade school, and like before the teacher even says anything. Before the teacher, you stand up and say, "Hey guys, teacher, I had nothing to do with what's about to happen." Like teacher's like, "Wait, we didn't even accuse you yet. You weren't even on the chopping block." But that really alludes to how bad it was. And you know what would even be worse, Harrison?
He doubled down on it though. I did not catch that.
Yeah, it was in ESPN. I should have sent you it. It was just a quick interview, and he doubled down. And I was like, you don't have to do that.
No,
like you don't have to. I just thought that was interesting. But what will make that situation worse? Talking about the Luka Doncic trade, if the Lakers go to the finals, you're gonna have to answer some big boy questions, right? And especially if Luka wins MVP of either the Western Conference or finals
right, he's
MVP.
in the West, right? Even if LeBron retires, Luka's a Laker.
Yeah, right.
That's the craziest part.
Right.
Your window is Anthony Davis, who's got a much smaller window than Luka. So when your experiment's done, you still have to deal with Luka, who's a lot younger and who's going to have a much longer prime.
And what's going to be crazier is let's say Dallas does beefing up their teams, and let's say the Lakers continue to evolve, because I think even with LeBron gone, Lakers still have crazy upside. I mean, that cap space with LeBron gone is going to be, monumental. Yeah, it's going to be monumental. Yeah, it's going to be monumental. Every player is going to want to play with Luka, kind of free-spirited guy, but also about his business, and gets the ball to players, right? So what I'm trying to say is that Lakers and Dallas are going to be in matches for the next 10 years with Luka.
Yes.
And so they're going to lose games to Luka. They're going to lose probably playoff games to Luka at hand. So the logic behind that is like, I see the short term, maybe if it clicks between, Kyrie and AD and you get some bench players next year. But if it doesn't work next year, that statement, you're going to be stuttering. You're going to be stuttering when that question comes around again.
Nico Harrison, if you're listening, just DM me
if you're
why
listening
or who told you to do it. I will not leak it. I will keep it totally private. I just want to know why and how.
Yeah, like how much, I'm not saying like there was illegal activity, but I'm just saying like, what was the catch? What was
Seriously,
promised?
What was, because you didn't get draft picks. You didn't even get Austin Reed. You didn't get anything. I'll never understand it. It's the worst one-off we'll see in NBA history, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you took a guy who's got a much shorter prime for a guy who's got a lot of his prime left with way less injury history.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good basketball. It's not good GMing. Hopefully the league can benefit, if anything, and we talked about it. I mean, the strategy behind it, and that's redundant. I mean, everyone's talked about it, but if the league can benefit from it this year, next year, I mean, for the next 10 years, however long Luka plays, I mean, plus for the fans at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But back to
Nico. Yeah, we'll leave this Nico alone. We can go back.
Yeah. Back to the other Nico. So I think the UCLA thing is interesting because I mean now you're coming into the Big Ten and now just we're assuming now that he's going to UCLA. So we're talking now in the future like he's at UCLA. But looking at that UCLA team, it would have been awesome to see him and who's Bieniemy.
Yeah, Eric Bieniemy.
It would have been awesome to see them together.
He's a Chicago Bear now.
Hey, come on, Harrison.
I think he's a running backs coach as well.
Yeah. You guys have a beefed
it's a really good coaching staff.
Yeah.
You look at some of the coaches and you're like, you're just a position coach?
It's because y'all had to clean up. I'm sure y'all were probably getting some incredibly negative emails and handwritten letters after that fiasco. Where was it? In Atlanta? No, it was in Detroit. Pick
a game. Which one are we talking about?
The one where you had like 13 seconds left and didn't call a timeout.
Yeah, the Detroit Lions.
Goodness.
I think that was overtime as well.
Yeah, overtime. And you're on like the 38, and you could have easily kicked like a 51-yarder, 52-yarder. Yeah. Anyways.
That was my Thanksgiving meal. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Everybody saw it. It's just...
I was watching the game with a Chicago Bears fan, actually John Goodwin Jr.
Oh, poor John. I know he had been going through it.
And so I'm like, hey, your coach is getting fired. I don't know if he's going to get fired. And literally the next day he's getting fired. But back
for
to
sure, the shoe dropped there. That was the shoe dropped there. That was the ultimate. You're on. It's Thanksgiving Day. Everybody saw that, and like nobody had any answers.
And it was like, I gotta go one more.
Yeah,
it was like 2 weeks before that they played the Cardinals, and Caleb Williams was running around like he got sacked like 6 times, and it was just bad ball. But I mean, y'all, hey, salute, y'all can figure it out tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, this upcoming year.
Yeah, well, next week too, the draft.
Yeah.
NFL draft, April 26th. We'll see if we get Genty or some more offensive linemen. We'll talk about NFL drafts as well, I'm sure, next week. But yeah, it's a good time to be a Bears fan. At least there's some hope.
For sure. But back to the Nico thing. I think UCLA will have. I think they'll turn the table a little bit on the program. You bring in, I forget the head coach's name. I'm blanking right now.
I'm thinking it's not Foster. I don't know. I can't remember.
Foster.
Is it Foster?
Yeah, Foster. Yeah, Foster. Brian Foster. Is it Brian?
Oh yeah, you're right. He's still the head coach. For some reason, I had in my head Eric Bieniemy was the head coach. No, Eric Bieniemy, he was the offensive coordinator, kind of helping out.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think you can sell people that story with Foster. First year, second year is going to be better. Guys hit the transfer portal. You bring in Nico. This is going to be a high-powered offense focused around. They have a really good running back coming back who can catch the ball at the backfield. Got some good receivers, decent receivers. I think they lost one, so they need to bring some. But Nico's going to add. I'm sure guys after transfer portals open up. If Nico comes into UCLA, the guys that are maybe trying to look for a spot. They could possibly land some receivers, possibly land some old linemen. So like this could really change UCLA's trajectory on this next season, and then kind of spice some things up in the Big Ten. And maybe that UCLA USC game might be a little bit, more star-studded. Like we've seen in the past, like in mid 2010s, those games were always really fun to watch. But yeah, that's, and obviously with the quarterback talent within the Big Ten. You know, Nico, Dylan Raiola, all these other names in the Big Ten. I think we're moving in the right direction, and I think it would be good for him. I'm hopeful for UCLA. You know, because I don't know. There's something. Maybe it's because I always admired I always liked the Bruins growing up. I always loved UCLA. I love Michigan, which is crazy to say, but I love Michigan. I love Ohio State. But I don't know. Watch it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Michigan and Ohio State's a crazy relationship to balance.
Yeah, it is. But no, there's something about UCLA. I think they can get it done. It's kind of because, like, if you've ever gone to like Beverly Hills, you know what they're working with. Like, it's like, some kids wouldn't want to go to college there, of course, but like a lot of kids would, you know, and it's 10 minutes from the beach, and, you know, you go on whatever drive and see, you know, the Hollywood stars and see all these players and all these, you know, actresses and actors and stuff like that.
Do you think taxes matter for like these kids in NIL? You think they think
oh
about
yeah.
that stuff? So that's the one downside of UCLA.
Right. But to be honest, I really don't know where the financial literacy of college football players are at right now. So I'm gonna say I don't know on that one.
Yeah, that's fair, right? Because when the alternative was $0, you maybe don't think that hard about the tax.
Right. But I'll tell you what, them, you know, going and playing at Texas A&M, I don't really know how that plays out. But playing at like a Texas school or a Florida school is real nice during this era right now.
Oh, it's got to be just wonderful. I wonder if that has any weight. I'm sure the agents maybe pointed out, but yeah, if he becomes the UCLA, I'll tell him this much though. You need to go and sign with the Bruins now. Like, I don't know why that's not a done deal yet. It could be the Bruins doing, right? The Bruins knowing that he's still demanding maybe more than we think he's worthy of. Let's let him sit. You know, because we're getting to the point, these schools are getting their guys ready, right? Like, there's not too many more schools out there looking for their quarterback. There's still some, right? But not a lot of them are big dogs that are going to have money to pay. So if you are UCLA, it's like, yeah, we'll wait. Like, that number's not, it's just going to keep dwindling down. And when we get to a point we like them, we'll take you. I think if you're Nico, like, drop your number and get in there. Like, seriously, you made enough money already. I hate to be that person, and, you know, I don't want to belittle the opportunity to make a bunch of money, but we're still talking millions of dollars.
Yeah, so I think about, like, did he play better? The projection for that $2 million, did he play up to that standard last year?
No.
And so I think it's obvious you kind of take what you can get right now. And if it was if they offer $2 million again at Tennessee, and I think you have to have some type of introspection or some type of self-evaluation to say, hey, you know, I this was the bar and I just didn't play up to it, but they're still offering me this. You know, I can take this and, you know, I can still live, you know, comfortably, and of course, and maybe, you know, because at the end of this year, I believe he's going to be have an opportunity to go to the draft, right?
Sure.
So, I mean, really, it's like, does 250,000 really matter? Because, I mean, if you go to UCLA, you're going to have to win everything. Then going to Tennessee, you know, we've seen the quarterback that just came from there 2 or 3 years ago, Hooker.
Why does that not sound right? I think you're right. Yeah,
I'm blanking on him, but so he came from Tennessee, and I mean, he had some dogs. He was throwing to gosh, I'm blanking on all these names. He was throwing to the 6'5". He was like a Randy Moss comparison.
Yeah, it was Hendon Hooker. You got it right.
Hendon Hooker, and he had his receiver on the I forget his name. He was a first rounder. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that going to Tennessee, having good quarterback play there has already shown that you're a first rounder. Right. And so if you follow that same model, it will get you there. And that's where the money is. Right. So the little 250,000, the, you know, 500, I know that's a lot of money to some people, but, you know, projected first round, you know, top 10 pick next year, probably not a heavy quarterback class next year. get a lot of them out the way this year. Obviously, new ones arise, but I mean, you're looking at like a 10 million, to 7 million signing bonus, So I don't know. That's the way I look at it long term, and I'm sure that's his goal. I mean, we talked about Nico since his junior year, him playing 7-on-7s in pajamas in Cali. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been talking about him and how he's, his arm talent's out of this world, and we really haven't seen arm talent. I would say he's similar to like Shador arm wise, where just can throw it a mile and a half. That's probably why he probably had such a similar comparison to Hendon Hooker, and that's probably why they brought him in, to be honest. And that makes sense, but it's old news now.
Yeah, I mean, that's what stinks about this whole thing. It's like, you brought your team to the college football playoffs. Why are you jumping ship? $2 million is and for me, what's upsetting is like, especially if you're the cream of the crop players, stop chasing the college paycheck. Go chase the school with the best coach and the best system for you to get you to the NFL level. Because I think you just get a lot of college kids that are not in the wrong, but they're getting swayed by people that don't necessarily have their best interest.
Man,
they just want more depth. And it's like,
we're seeing.
Yeah, go ahead. That's pretty much all I got on it.
To your point, I'm hearing things, behind closed doors, but I'm hearing like same thing you just said. People are taking advantage and profiting off of what's going on within the college football arena. And it's 100%. Like, agents are charging. There's no limit on what agents can charge in college football. In NFL, it's, 2 to 3%, 2.5 to 3%. 3% is if you do certain stuff, like you manage brand deals and just stuff like that. 2.5 is like the regular. Some agents are getting 10 to 20% off of these deals. And these players are like, they don't know no better. Some of them come from single parent household and, don't really have financial literacy. Some just, the agent has promised connections to everywhere. And to be honest, they could probably get the offer with nobody because their film speaks for itself. So I think me personally, when I think about like, where college football is heading, getting the GM is awesome. But I think we joked about it. I think it was me and you. We joked about like the Tinder swiping for players.
Yeah.
I was obviously a joke, but there is some truth to that because I think the player needs to see how much he's worth and have to have a scaling, a system to where, there's a demarcation line to where I'm not there, right? But I am here. And so I think it would universally the language of, what Harrison's worth and what I'm worth based on stats. I don't know what the comparative, how you compare, who's better or whatever based on.
You go to the NFL, right? How does the NFL do it? They got to figure it out.
Yeah. Do it off of
exactly what the market is for all those positions because it's made public.
Right. And then you treat each player going in the transfer portal kind of like a franchise tag almost. Exactly what Derrick Henry was franchise tag with the Titans for, I think it was like 2 years in a row after it's the 5th year option. And so, you go to the running back, Saquon Barkley's getting paid how much, whoever the running back, Kareem Hunt's getting paid how much, and then you pay him $8 million, and so I think that's the way college football should be, and have different levels, have different tiers and all these different things. But until you get that figured out, this chaos is going to continue to happen, and we're going to continue to talk about it and say, man, we could have stopped this a long time ago, but it's going to continue to happen. And yeah.
Well, that's what drives me nuts about it. It's like, I was talking about this with Morning Personnel. I'm curious what your thoughts on it. Like we had some rule changes. We can talk about that as well. They had the injury rule change, but what's pissing me off with the NCAA is like right now they're fixing the drywall and like the foundation's falling apart.
Yeah.
Like focus on the NIL. There's a huge problem right now. You know how many universities are shutting down because they can't afford the athletics? I apologize. I can't remember the school. There's another school I read today. They're shutting down their doors because a lot of these smaller schools, right? They survive off of having student athletes being a large portion of their entire student body. So think of a school like Doane. Are you familiar with Doan around when you were here in Lincoln area?
Mm-mm.
So small school, but they have a lot of athletics, right? You can go play basketball, volleyball. They can't necessarily afford all this with the athletics. So now they're in a situation where they can't necessarily afford the athletics part of it, but half of their student body is athletes. So how the hell does a school like that survive? They don't.
Oh yeah.
So the school I'm talking about
yeah.
today, they need $6 million by the end of, I think it's April this month. Otherwise, they're going to not even on campus, just purely online school only. They have to shut down all the doors, right? And this isn't the first school. There's a lot of schools going through. The smaller ones are just getting screwed over on this, and the NCAA is just taking their sweet time, and it's a little bit infuriating. And then you go
That's
with the
incredible.
105 roster rule, right? Why couldn't we grandfather the guys that were there before that rule, or have a system to where, every year you got to shave 10 more down till you get to that 105? No, the NCAA just says screw all the kids who signed with universities as like walk-ons or whatever. Doesn't matter, not our problem. 105 starting now. Go. They could have handled that so much better, because the coaches are going to have to go to the parents and tell that, sorry, your kid's not going to be on this team. I don't know what his future looks like. I know I promised him this. Things change. No, the coaches have to go explain a decision they didn't make. The NCAA doesn't. So I'm getting really, say it like pissed off by just their lack of care for the actual students. Like, it's getting a little bit ridiculous with the NIL and how this is all going down. Like, we talk about the superstars. There's schools literally shutting down because of all this. And because these guys can't put some damn litigation in place, they just get a hold on it. I mean, that's kind of my rant on it. Your thoughts, and then we'll throw it to our first break.
Well, talking about, I forget the small school you just mentioned previously.
I'll look it up real quick because I can't remember either.
Doan? What was it? Doan or Gone?
Doan University was the one I was referencing. Small school. We've had some of their student athletes on before, and we hear about their athletics. They don't have the money. It's pretty clear. Like, they're surviving on a small window, and this NIL is just killing a lot of them.
So when I think about that, it's like sports is, you realize, I guess, how much sports is such a foundation to institutions. It's not like you can separate sports and then separate education. Like, those things go hand in hand. And then especially with the Doan situation, or if I'm saying it, Doan?
Yeah, Doan. You got it right.
So the Doan situation, I mean, imagine how many teachers are going to be affected by this. I mean, coaches, trainers, nutritionists, on-campus janitors, on-campus people who mop floors, like, everyone is going to be affected by this. So I guess it's been I don't know if you've seen the NCAA movie from back in the day. It was probably like 4 or 5 years ago. And, it was talking about this, and it was like a make-believe NCAA case, right? Between like this all-star athlete and him taking pay and whatever. But the theme in that movie is that the NCAA does not care about you. Yep. It doesn't care about you. Like, get it through your head. It's almost like an impersonal force. It's an impersonal, it has no name. I love it because it's like, you never see like, I mean, you see like the director or whatever you want to call it, chairmans and whatever. But like the NCAA is like this like force. Like, I remember back in the day, like, volleyball girls or football players or soccer players would go to petition for their 7th year or petition for a year back. And it was like, unless you have a case where, you got
stage 4 cancer.
Right. Like something super dramatic, something super
it was I know exactly
life-threatening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and you can't get nothing back. Like, you can't get nothing back. I had 6 surgeries in college. I had 3 season-ending injury ones, or 2 of them, and third one was a diagnosis, and I just ended up playing over it, right? I petitioned for my 7th year, right? Because usually when you have 2 season-ending injuries, you get one back. Mm-hmm. It came back and said, well, you had COVID. And I said, well, I had a surgery during COVID. And so they said, but you still had the opportunity to play, but you weren't healthy, so kind of tough luck situation. So, I mean, I played 3.5 years in college. Like, I didn't play all my years. So it's just like, it's so interesting how they're an impersonal force. That's the best way I can put it. They don't put emotion into it. They go by the rule book. And when the rule book's not right, guess what they do, Harrison? They change it.
That's exactly what
they change it. If they don't like the rules, they change it. But yeah.
And if they don't like the new rule, I mean, they'll do anything they can not to change sometimes too. And that was the entire problem with NALs. They refuse to change. Instead of getting ready for the inevitable, they drag their feet. And now NAL's here because California forces their hand and just says enough is enough. Now they have no plan, and it's an absolute mess because they didn't think they ever would have to change. And real quick, on the school. Go ahead.
They're the king of Band-Aids. They just put Band-Aids on. They don't ever try to actually fix anything, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's the best way to put it. I want to shout out the school because this is a school I was talking about, and I found it. It's Limestone University. So 179 years as an institution, Limestone University could soon close its doors. College held meetings with the students and staff on Wednesday to inform them the college is facing financial uncertainty, which could lead the school to switching to a fully online model or permanently closing. Limestone Board of Trustees has announced unless the university can obtain immediate financial support in the amount of $6 million, the institution will need to move fully online or begin the process of closing. And that's not the first one. That's not the second. That's not the third. That's not the fourth. That's the fifth. There's so many of these schools going through this. And to your point, it'd be nice if the NCAA was a little more personable and wasn't such a faceless thing out there. But it's ridiculous to see schools that don't have the benefits of being these, powerhouse universities just totally get snubbed and hardly any press about it. But that's the result of NAL. And unfortunately, it trickles down, but in the worst way possible to these smaller schools. So on that positive note, we'll throw it to break here. What's brewing with Chance Brewington? We'll talk plenty. Segments 2 and 3. Don't go anywhere. Talk to you in a little bit.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready-mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's nebcoinc.com.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Spring has arrived, the temperatures are rising, and it's time to get your equipment ready for the season. Landmark Implement has high-quality used John Deere planters, sprayers, and tractors, priced to move and ready to work for you. Take advantage of unbeatable deals and flexible financing to upgrade your operation without stretching your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or browse our full inventory online at landmarkimp.com. Before these deals are done, experience the Landmark difference.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal in a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Muchachos has been serving Lincoln delicious pork, brisket, and chicken tacos for several years now, as well as Hatch Mac nachos and more. Muchachos also brings you close to the taste buds of your favorite local college athletes with NIL deals like the B3 burrito for Bella Bacon of Nebraska softball and many more. See a variety of different NIL options at Muchachos at 11th and K or order online at yomuchacho.com. Open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready-mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's nebcoinc.com.
Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. We are back live on the Brick and Mortar. Royals wrap up their game. A quick give everybody a score in case they're in their car for that one and weren't able to catch it. Royals baseball, they end up losing. Sorry, maybe I shouldn't have looked up the score. 1-6 to the Detroit Tigers. Chancellor Brewington, you are the host as always. Segment number 2. We got about 7 minutes here as we do got to throw it to break as we're back live on the Brick and Mortar. But as the host as always, I'll ask you, where do you want to go with it?
Well, we got some rule stuff to talk about. His comments about the spring game were interesting, and I'll just start this segment off talking about the Huskers. I got a different feeling about this year, and I know Harrison. I know people say don't fall for it. It's a trap. This is this. I got a different feeling. I think there's some new additions, and they're going to be resourceful, and we have depth. And I think things are moving in the right direction from what I'm hearing. And there's more. I'm trying to put this in the right way of what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that it's more. The players are having more fun, but it's still discipline. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no. I mean, to me, the way they understand the assignment now, so they can work fast and have fun because there's not so much thinking; they're just doing.
Yeah, and I'll take a step further. And the player, I think I'm trying to be careful, but it just seems like the players, from what I've heard, is the players are having more fun. I'll just put it that way. And so you can insinuate what you want or imply what you want, but I think the aspect of what I heard last year was this is what happens though, and it happens a lot of times, is when there's a new coach that comes in, the first 2 years are weeding the guys out, right? So things are really, really tough. I mean, like things are like overly tough, overly disciplined. Like it's the most minute details matter so much, and part of it is because you're just trying to get some of the guys out. To be honest, you're trying to see who wants to play and who doesn't want to play at the end of the day. Who wants to be here for the money, or, it's just all these different things, right? And now what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing is that now the players are like, they understand what's at stake a little bit more. And
well, hey, let me put this in the context for you, and we can keep talking about it. But this is exactly what you're talking about it, and we do got it from Matt Rule himself. So again, this is kind of what you're talking about. The team, he's been wanting a team that's having more fun, that's quick to it. So here's Rule in his own words on kind of what you're talking about.
In terms of not why do we have to go? No, not everybody. I'm saying like this is a team when you have a fourth-year guy who started in the SEC, you've got Emmett Johnson, who's a starting tailback, and let's be quite honest, like if they were to get injured, they have a lot to lose, right? But they love to compete, and they understand that when you play football, there's an inherent risk, and that's why. I mean, in the NFL, they have preseason games. Think about that. You have a $270 million roster. You have $50 million quarterbacks, and you still put them out there for preseason games because you have to make a decision. Do I want to be healthy or do I want to be good? And most injuries actually happen just like shuffling and the guy's knee buckles, right? So, but when you have players that like to play, like I don't have guys saying like, I blow the whistle up there, hey coach, can we run that back? Can we do it again? This is the first time like the offense fumbled today in a competitive period, and I wouldn't let the one offense, the black offense, go back out. And they, Dylan's in my ear. I'm like, well, the only way to punish you guys is to not let you play, as opposed to make them go again. And they're, it's completely different. But you're three, right? It's completely different and has nothing to do with me. It's the guys. They like to compete. Like that guy back there, Justin. Like, if someone called me and said, hey, there's a problem at the house, I'm calling Justin Evans. I'm telling you. And he's moved to center now. He should be up for everything, every award. I mean, but he's a tough guy, right? Smart. And but he's not the outlier. There's a ton of them. And, it's been really good. So when I say that, I'm just like, I want to be on the practice field. If you come to a practice and you hear me yelling and screaming, I kind of sit there and talk to Susan, talk to Hay. I mean, we got what we got going. And so they love the practice and they're competing at a high level. So I'm happy about them in terms of that.
So you go. He kind of says it right there. Like they love to practice. They're loving the competition. They're having, yes, it's intense, but they're having fun with it because they love it.
Yeah. I hear a few things going on there, which seem awesome. And it's rare that teams get to this. And I hope it's what it actually is, of course, but it seems like it's a player run team. And that's what you want. At the end of the day, you want the, I don't think I've ever been on a team where we're doing team, right? We're doing 1-on-1s or 2s-on-1s or 1s-on-2s, whatever it is. And the team that gets burnt asks the offense to run that play again. Like in team though, like, cause I don't think people have to understand what team is different than scout, right? So scout, you have your ones and you're probably going against like the redshirt freshman or the guy who's probably never going to play, right? Like, let's just be honest. But now the way they practice, and it's kind of the Georgia format, is the 1s and 2s, right? So 1s and 2s go back and forth, 1s and 2s go back and forth, sprinkle in some 3s here and there, but 3s who play, right? 3s who get in the game, right? And so for the 1s and 2s, for you to call back a 2 to repeat something, that's like, those are gritty reps. Those are full speed reps. These aren't like scout reps where, because when you're playing against scout, for people that don't know, the DN isn't 285 pounds, like the nose tackle might be a outside linebacker, or like it might be a veteran, older guy who gives a better look but doesn't fit the size. But now, like, you're going against a 2, like this guy plays Big Ten football in the game, you know what I'm saying? So I think what I'm trying to say is that it makes sense that guys are having fun because they have ownership, right? Now, if you feel like it's the coach's team and you have no say, then it's not really fun football, right? And I think obviously getting that ownership from a coach takes trust, and trust takes time. I mean, you talk about relationships. I mean,
takes time. You can also deteriorate it if you do bad over time.
Right.
And this is perfect as we got through at the break here. Wrap up this point from Blitzkrieg here. And this is the challenge of Husker football, right? Nobody gives a damn until we see it on Saturday. Like, we can hear a lot of this talk. You get excited about a guy like Justin Evans at that center position because you're hearing a lot of good things about it. You're hearing you got a lot of dogs on the team. Unfortunately, this program's been conditioned through the years of winning a lot of off seasons, just being incredibly disappointed come Saturdays. I think last year was a step in the right direction. But this is the double-edged sword of Matt Rule, and he's been walking a really fine line years 1 and 2. He's a little more bold this year on saying this team's good. So there's going to be expectations with that. He's kind of building it up again, right? I think first year 1, he, talked about it pretty lightly, but I think he maybe was still a little bit surprised by how bad it was. So the season didn't go as well as you would have wanted it to. Year 2, it felt like he totally just stepped off of trying to hype the team. Year 3, we're kind of back to hyping it up again. So real quick, just your thoughts on that double-edged sword and your expectations, kind of what we're hearing now.
Well, you're not going to, if everything's at stake for year 3, you're not going to, first of all, you're not going to come out and say things are bad, right? So that's, I mean, that would be terrible.
But are you going to say things are great? Or are you going to say things are operating like I thought? He's like overselling in some of these. And maybe he's not over it. Maybe that's not the right word, but he is optimistic, and he's letting that leak out into these press conferences.
I think there's a little bit of truth there. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I think there's real ball players on this team that can contribute in different ways than we've seen in the past. And I think Dylan's playing at a new level. That's what I take from it. Because guess what? If Dylan's not playing at a new level, that little spark in the voice and that little, that's kind of getting stripped away. So that's my 2 cents. I think there's truth in it. And I think the players are taking ownership, and that means the team's progressing. So I think there is progress. I know people, I know that happens every year, but that's what I think.
That's a good point. And we see it all the time, right? Like, the best teams are typically led by the players, not the coaches, or am I wrong?
Oh yeah, 100%.
You see it a lot. Like, the really great teams, it's a coalition of great leaders along with a good coach, but it takes the athletes to have that leadership. So, with all that being said, we'll wrap up this segment here, but that is kind of where we're at with Husker football. There is some legitimate optimism. I think Rule is honest with it. I don't think any of it's really coach speak. But again, most Husker fans, and rightfully so, they're going to want to wait until Saturday before they give their firm opinion on what they're seeing. With that being said, Brewington, I'll let you tease it. What do you want to wrap up with on segment 3 before we go to break?
Well, let's just talk some playing basketball. We don't got too much time, but playing basketball, there's a lot to talk about. Lakers start off on Saturday. Me and you won't be able to talk about it, but yeah.
All right, sounds good. We'll talk NBA playing next. Don't go anywhere. What's brewing? Chancellor Brewington. Talk to you in a little bit.
Teach you how to dance. First, spread your feet apart. Then, pump your knee, nod your head, shake your hips, and bite your lip ever so slightly. Now, with one hand in the air, point at people with the other hand. I call that the rock star.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
Now, make a face like it just smells something bad.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid through your county veteran service officer. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People Seating Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. 93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball. Back to What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome back in. What's Brewing? Chancellor Brewington, final segment here, and we're going to talk a little bit of NBA. My Chicago Bulls are eliminated. I'll tell you this. I'm getting really sick and tired of the Heat Bulls play-in matchup every year.
Yeah, it's like every year.
It's and it doesn't really matter. None of those teams outside of the Heat that one year, it's just been woeful. So, and I also got to watch Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, my two former favorite Bulls, lose on the same day. So there's that on top of it. Cherry on top.
A little cherry on top.
Yeah. So that's my Bulls legacy. Their season's over.
Mavs.
Mavs are alive. I don't think it matters because they're gonna have to play the Thunder if they survive again.
Yeah, and I think they'll beat the Grizzlies tomorrow. I think they will.
I'm going to ask you this, and I actually feel bad for the Mavs. We talked about Nico. It's still a stupid trade, but AD's playing really good ball.
Yeah,
I don't think any of this is good enough to go win a finals. But it does suck to see this version of Anthony Davis. He looks pissed, and rightfully so. And he's playing really good basketball, and it just kind of bothersome that he's probably going to be on a team that second round at most before he retires, unless they add some real pieces. But when you're in the West, it's just like good luck. Unless you have that super team.
And then to make matters worse, and I know you can't control these type of things, but I mean, Kyrie gets hurt.
Yeah.
And in the stage in the game where he's already older in age, right? I believe it was ACL, right? So it's April right now. ACL is like a 9-month recovery, 6 to 9 months. I mean, 6 if you're insane, 9 months if you're smart, but also the age is a factor. You're healing a little bit slower because you're past Kyrie's like 33 or 32 or something like that. He's older in age.
33, but to your point, like there's no way in hell it's a 6 month.
Yeah, so it's not like he's a 22-year-old kid like
33.
Yeah, so that the healing factor there, and then also if Klay Thompson's getting older, you don't know what's going to happen there. But if you would have told me, in 2015, you have Anthony Davis, Klay Thompson, and Kyrie Irving on a basketball team, I mean, write the ticket to the NBA Finals, put the house on them, right?
What if I told you he was 33?
Right.
And what's 80? 32. Like that's
Clay's probably 34, 33.
I mean, he's right around there with Steph Curry, right? So let's find out Clay's age. Like this is and this is why we pick on Nico so much, not because, well, this is exactly why. Like, you got a super team, 35. So your big three is 32, the youngest 33 and 35. That's what you're betting your future on.
And you don't have like a 4-player, like a Austin Reeves, where
PJ Washington. Come on now, Austin Reeves isn't that good.
Right.
Come on, I like Austin Reeves.
I think I know, but what I'm saying is, like, you know, a guy who can score, a guy who can play wing, a guy who can.
That's PJ Washington.
Well,
he's nice with it.
Yeah, I mean, Austin Reeves. Yeah, I guess Austin. I was a little generous with that one.
He's a good player, but
I might have
think
been a little generous.
And I think what you're saying is fine, because I think you're Austin Reeves and PJ Washington reversible, but they are much needed role players. There's not much of a difference between them. I like PJ Washington's defense a little bit more. That's about it. But either way, it's like, again, when you get to the West, the difference is that the Lakers have Luka, young superstar that even if it doesn't work out this year, like, there's a future with that team. The Mavericks, as soon as that trade was done, it's a ticking time bomb. Like, what's the window now? It better be, because we just went through the ages. Like, you don't have next year, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. Like, you have to go win now.
You do have to win now, and then also it's the Mavericks 5 years down the road are going to suffer.
Oh, dismantled.
They're going to suffer bad, and the Lakers are going to double win. It's going to be a triple profit because LeBron's going to free up, $120 million in cap space, whatever it's probably like, I think it's like 80 million or 82, something like that.
And by the time that's done, LeBron will retire, and the Lakers will have so much cap space to get the superstars in the West.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I mean, and whoever's the hot face in the league at that time, whatever big is hot right then, I mean, they're gonna be fighting and clawing to get to LA and play with Luka. So,
but at least AD's taxes are better. He's in Dallas. That's like the only bright side. The only thing I can throw it is like taxes.
Taxes, baby.
Circle with taxes again. I'll ask you this, and this will be the last thing before we get out of here. There is a very interesting matchup between the 2-seeded Rockets and the 7-seeded Thunder. We just went through the ages. Steph Curry's 37, and he's having, again, one of his best years. That's what happens, I guess, when you're just an elite shooter. You can maintain that part of your game. This might be the most obvious 7 over the 2 seed I've seen. Or do you want to go with the Rockets?
No, we did the draft board, and you picked. I think we picked Lakers and Warriors 1 and 2. Well, I picked Lakers, so that's that's an asterisk.
Yeah, and I picked.
You picked. It went Lakers, Nuggets, Warriors.
I can probably pull that. I bet you I got it saved right here.
I believe that's what the list was. But guess what I'm trying to say? Warriors were taken pretty high for being where they are, and you got two. You got first the best shooter of all time, and then you got this weird clutch player who just ends up making shots when it matters, and that's Jimmy Butler. So good luck with that.
I mean, that's the best way to put it. And I was talking to the Morning Pearson about this. Wasn't that long ago when we got to witness the Olympics? Who was the man of the hour? It was Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry's on a bit of a farewell tour. And just to remind everybody one last final time who the best shooter in NBA history of all time is, it feels like this could be a magical year for the Warriors because they do have Jimmy Butler there as well. Do they win the finals? I don't know. But I think they could be a team that for 7 seed goes out there, beats the 2 seed, goes out there, likely beats the 3. They have a good chance to make some noise. But as always, that's going to wrap it up for us. Chancellor Brewington, appreciate the time. As always, those guys will hear from you again on Saturday. That's going to do it for us here tonight. Appreciate it listening to us on a Thursday night. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning, 6 a.m.